go.
Adam, took a while to shake off the ruse, but you're able to get the job done in the end. See the sort of turning it around away.
Yeah, we were persistent, and so were they. It was a really good game. I mean, the scoreboard maybe doesn't necessarily reflect the tightness in the game for a long period of time anyway. I thought they were dominant in a couple of areas of the game that we really couldn't rectify. Centre bounce particularly was one of those. I thought their centre bounce crew were far better than ours on the night. Were able to win the ball and get it moving their way. So, look, they also challenged us with some of their ball use too. I thought they played some aspects really well. So we've got a bit of work to do, as we know, and to be able to still not quite get our game right, but also win was really important and gives us great belief.
It was expected that you'd have a bit of strength in your forward line there,
Yep.
under-man defence. Jane took advantage of that early with Riccardi, and then Jesse was able to hit the scoreboard quite a bit from there.
Yeah, I guess they've got a very young defence, still sort of learning the game and playing early in their careers. So I felt like we were able to take advantage in that area of the game. Certainly, we had a lot of entries, but we were able to score off the back of them pretty regularly. So that was really nice. But we had to work for it. There's no question for that.
Jesse started the season, 10 goals now in 2 games. He's looking super fit.
Yep.
What are you expecting from him this season?
Oh, we just expect him to play his role, quite frankly. I know that's a boring answer, but he's got to be a key target for us in front of the ball, compete, bring the ball to ground, use his forward craft to try and generate some split off his opponent, and when he gets an opportunity to finish, we need him to finish. And so far in his first 2 games, he's been outstanding for us. And, the goals are a byproduct of all of the stuff that he does for us. And they're probably the reward that maybe he feels or forwards feel and certainly, outsiders see. But we value all the other stuff equally as importantly as goals.
How much confidence do you think what Jesse is able to do then gives his other forward team, that's like Rico, like Cal, like some of the other guys up there?
Oh, it gives them enormous confidence. To see him compete the way he does, to lead the way in that aspect of the game, not only does it encourage our other key forwards to do it, it holds them to a higher standard. And so far, I think all 3 of those guys working together has been really strong for us in 2 games of footy so far this year. So, yeah, that's what we expect out of our key forwards, and so far they've delivered.
Clarko kind of made the point that in the end, the major difference was some of your experienced players, the likes of obviously Jesse, but Cogs, Josh, in the midfield. You must have been impressed with how they kind of stood up when the game was a little bit imbalanced there.
Yeah, certainly. I felt like we had, in the first quarter, I felt like we had the game for probably 20, 25 minutes on our terms. Probably later in the quarter they swung it, and then the second quarter was theirs, where they seemed to dominate. But for our guys to then, continue to identify what needs to improve and get it done, it's a sign of some good quality players that we have, and they got the result they deserved.
A strong performance from Tom tonight. There were a few occasions last year where you urged him to, be more proactive on the defensive side of the ball. 9 tackles tonight. He had a really complete performance last year. Is this the sort of performance you're really looking to see from him?
Yeah, I thought he competed really strongly. He was one of those centre bounce guys and midfield guys who were under siege a little bit with some of the clearances against, but he was fighting and he was trying his best. And we know he gets the ball a lot. I think his impact around stoppage is really significant, but I think he's added the transition element to his game, and his ability to link up our play to create opportunities for us offensively in general play is really strong. So he's doing a great job, Tom.
What did you make of the midfield today? I know a lot has been said about the effects of losing Callan, but what did you think of Xavier's game today? This is 50th as well.
So I thought he was reasonable. Provided a lot of opportunity. Certainly provided a lot of pressure around the ball. I thought he was reasonably good. Having said that, we were looking to create an opportunity for Nick Haynes to get on the field, who we thought played a really good game last week against Collingwood. So someone had to make way through the midfield for Nick to get on. So that was X, and it's just one of those things where he's going okay, but we need to get some fresh legs into the game, and someone has to make way. And the way that he handled that, the way that Nick come on and impacted the game, I think it's a reflection of, you know, the people that we have within our building. You know, our players, I think, are first class in terms of being great teammates. I think they value each other's inputs. They certainly make way for each other when required, and they never complain about it.
What was the thinking with Nick starting as the sub after, as you say, he was good last week?
Yeah.
Sort of just the matchups that North Melbourne offered for him? Or
Well, not really matchups. It's quite simply the fact that Nick, Harry Perryman was back into the team, and he's part of our back seven that we rely on. So Nick trained all summer as a wingman. Jacob Ware, I thought, against Collingwood was really strong, as was X. And, you know, we had Finn Callahan coming back in, so it was just a matter of shuffling, you know, the pieces around to a position where we thought it was the best team that we could possibly run out. And, you know, it's nice. You know, Nick just goes, yep, no problems, and moves on, and he's ready to go. And he comes on and has the impact that he does. He's in really good form, and, you know, he's been a terrific player for the club for a long time, but he's still got more left for us.
You mentioned some of those centre bounces. It was one of the few times in the last year we've seen Briggsy really push to the limit, I guess, in that battle. But it's easy to forget how young into his career he still is, so he can probably take a lot from a game like that as well.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, he's still learning. He's not beating everyone every week, and I thought their ruckman was really good. I think he might have had 6 or 7 clearances in the end from centre bounce alone. So he was really strong. Probably played a lot like Kieran does, which I think is really important, really valuable.
Finn limped from the ground with a couple minutes to go. That looked like it was just cramped.
Just cramp, yeah. He was just cramping. So looks like we've got out with a clean bill of health, which is nice. It's earlier on in the season.
And Josh has had 24, kicked 2 goals in his 200th. Pretty typical high standard from him in a milestone there.
Yeah, it kind of was. Yeah, it's just one of those games that he just seems to roll out week after week, and you know, we know he can hit the scoreboard. He plays a variety of roles through the midfield for us, and enormous impact again.
Jack Buckley, really underrated in the team. How important is he to the back line?
Really important, yeah. So he, people kind of maybe don't realise or maybe forget that, you know, prior to round 1 last year, he'd missed something like 620 days of football, and off a knee injury. And for him to come back in, he had a significant impact for us last year. Formed a wonderful relationship with Sam Taylor from the early part of the season, and that seems to have continued on. And I guess when you look at Jack, he's kind of one of those no-frills defenders that you really love. Just gets the job done in contest all the time, and he's become super reliable for us.
2-0 to start the season, 2 games here, but I know you've spoken a little bit about how you guys didn't quite capitalise on an early win last year. How important is it to continue building on this momentum early this season?
I think it's critical. You need to be able to bank your wins early to put yourself in a position where, come later on in the season, you're fighting for a position in the 8, and you're not sort of scrambling trying to make the 8. And so far that's started really well for us. We take on West Coast next week, next 8-day break I think it is, next Sunday over there. So that's always a tough place to go to play football. We went there round 2 last year and got beaten. So we're well aware of the dangers that West Coast Eagles present to us, particularly, but certainly at home.
You're out of here until about round 10, I think it is, at a new stadium. Obviously you have Canberra because of the Easter show. It's a unique challenge, I guess. How do you, address not having your home ground for the next 8 weeks?
Well, we don't necessarily look at it like that. You know, we love playing down at Canberra, first and foremost. The people down there give us great support. The surface is absolutely unbelievable. And so we embrace that challenge, and we were able to win late down there last year, and certainly in the pre-season practice match we went down and won that game. So we embrace that. We look forward to getting down to Canberra as a home game for us. But the other aspect too is, you know, last year I think we probably relished playing away from home also. You know, I don't know what the away record was off the top of my head, but felt like we were pretty strong at away grounds. We enjoy getting away together as a group, spending some time together, but also taking on the opposition on their home ground is always a significant challenge that we pride ourselves on getting up for. So it'll just be one of those 2-month blocks that we've got to play a few home games at Canberra, but get away and win some games away. Very good, guys. Thank you.
Thanks, man.